Prime Minister Tony Abbott is touring drought-stricken regions in New South Wales and Queensland today and tomorrow. He'll get the chance to see the big dry firsthand and talk face-to-face with affected graziers and farmers. ABC rural and regional reporter Peter Lewis is in Longreach ahead of Mr Abbott's arrival, and he joins us now. A very good morning to you, Pete. What will the Prime Minister be doing where you are today?
First up, as you said, he's in Bourke as we speak, looking at a cattle operation there. The northwest of New South Wales is in just as dire straits as they are here in Queensland. But by the time he arrives here around about lunchtime, he will be taken out to a sheep and cattle property around about 40 kilometres out of town, Lungana Station, John and Joanne Milne's place. Look, Longreach is not the worst affected place in Queensland, but it's not the best by any stretch. They normally get around 450 millimetres of rain here in a good year, about 17 inches. They got less than half that last year, and the knock-on effect of that on their business is having great, causing them great stress, and along with their neighbours as they go into a period now. If it doesn't really rain out here by the end of March, April, you're not going to get any rain until the end of the year. So it's an anxious time.
You've had a chance to speak to some of the farmers and the graziers in the area. What are they hoping is going to come out of this visit by the Prime Minister?
A couple of things, Jane. Firstly, short-term immediate assistance. Assistance as basic as household income support for the hardest hit families. They're also looking for things like subsidies to help them move feed, emergency feed rations, and in some cases water to keep struggling livestock alive. Now, they're also looking for things like greater access and relaxed eligibility for low interest loans. There's a real cash flow problem. There's a lot of debt out here in agriculture at the moment, and of course after 2 or 3 really good years you would think that they probably might have been in a stronger position, but the margins these days in farming are just so tight that 12 months, a 12 months blip on their horizon can really put them behind the 8 ball quite quickly. So there's a cash problem there, and those low interest loans can assist. One of the other things that's quite interesting is that they're suggesting a kind of new start allowance be applied and be available for their farm workers, because one of the big problems through an extended drought, and it's getting up to 18 months, 2 years in some parts of Australia, is that you lay off farm workers and they leave town. And so when the rains do come, the whole difficulty of recruiting people to rural and regional Australia compounds what is already a difficult situation.
And from the government's perspective, what options are on the table for the government to ease the farmers' burden?
Well, Tony Burke has been very specific about what he wants to do over these next couple of days. He wants to look and listen. He has promised farmers that more needs to be done, but he has made it clear that whatever package they come up with, it has to be fair and it has to be fiscally responsible. Only recently, the Treasurer Joe Hockey has said that and announced that the age of entitlement is over. Now, that may well be the case across a lot of industry sectors, but the Prime Minister has indicated that he thinks farmers going through drought are in a situation not dissimilar to a natural disaster. So they are, if you like, in a kind of special category. Now, to what extent that will drive the assistance and the extent of the assistance, we'll find out in the next week or so when that submission is put to Cabinet by Agriculture Minister Barnaby Joyce. He's on the tour. The National Farmers Federation, Brent Finlay, will be on the tour, as well as state and local political leaders. And of course, the most important thing that Tony Abbott wants to do today is meet people like John and Joanne Milne and their neighbours, and some of whom have driven several hours to Longreach to be here for this opportunity to have a one-on-one and really get some personal messages about the dimension of this worsening drought.
And before we let you go, in how many hours is the Prime Minister and his party due, approximately?
They'll be here. Yeah, they'll be here in about 3 hours' time, and they'll have about 3 hours on the ground here before setting off for Broken Hill in western New South Wales. It is by its nature a whistle-stop event, but the organisers have tried to pack as many real farmers, real graziers and people in real need into those opportunities so that it can help inform the debate, which is no doubt likely to be quite robust when it reaches Cabinet in the next week or so.